we have this in your packet. Why we have this is because in DC 37 generally, in local 768 specifically, the majority of our titles are women. And we know historically women titles are underpaid. Because the time when the titles or relationship were built, white males dominated. Right? For example, in the 60s, 70s, in the 80s, the police, you had to have a certain height to join the police force. Right? And that tend to, I'm not using a strong word, discriminate, that tend to keep out Asian Americans because they are not generally that tall. Right? So there was lawsuits and that was removed. Right? So I'm just saying, at that point in time, we had the same problem with women, right, being underpaid. Right? If women jobs are corrected, the pay equity is corrected, it will correct for men also. Right? But the other reason why we are pushing it is that the women are rising up. The women are rising up and taking the political lead, and they are speaking about the pay discrimination. Right? It's in Congress, it's in the state senate, right? It's in City Hall. They are speaking about it. So if they speak about it, and I'm speaking quickly, if they speak about it as politicians, it's going to fall flat. We have to join them and pull them forward, right? So what we have here is just to remind you that white men, this is statistic, not my statistic, government statistic, right? They work for 1 year, whatever pay they get. Hispanic women, right, have to work on the average up to November, December, before they get the equivalent pay for doing basically the same work, right? And you can look on this here. Over here, the other part here, this is part of the discussion. Over here, this is the New York Times. We spoke about this in the shop steward meeting. If our pay, this is the pay we get by percentage. We get a 2% and 3% and the pay goes up. But in truth and in fact, the relative pay is going because the cost of living keep on. And we saw in today's New York Times that the feds want to make sure that the cost of living rise. Because if cost of living rise, the capitalists benefit. Why the capitalists benefit? We have pay for say 2 years, 3 years, and that's the pay we are getting. If the cost of living go up, our pay will remain flat. Right? I understand people get incremental, some people. The pay will generally remain flat, but the cost of living will go up, so therefore we lose out. So this is the New York Times. If the New York Times can put this out to tell us the problem, we should be speaking about it. It should not be the New York Times that should be putting out it. It should be the union should be putting it out. And therefore we have this here, and we are reminding everybody that look, right? The city is being chased only because we are organized. Right? We have got to stick together if we want to win. So that's why this is in there. Okay? So we make copies to give to you for you to look over it, right? Analyze it, right? Digest it.